Feet are about hip width apart. Slight bend the knees. Okay. Kind of shake out the shoulders a little bit. Relax the upper body. And just kind of find your breath as we wait for everyone to join us today. So as we find our breath, we want you to have your hand on your stomach just to feel that stomach rise. But we want a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, belly goes down. So again, as we breathe in, nice deep breath, feel that belly rise up. When we exhale, belly goes down. So go ahead and do that at your own pace, at your own breath. We'll do that a few more times. Nice deep breath in, just kind of calming, relaxing ourselves, and exhaling, releasing any tension that we might be holding in our body. Again, inhaling in and exhaling. Good. So let's go ahead. Let's do a couple more times. And then we'll go ahead and kind of move into our flow today. And as you are breathing today, just take in consideration if any body parts are, maybe a little sore today or maybe not feeling well today. So just take into consideration with that. So you can always stick with modified versions of the poses that we do today, or you can always just rest if you need to, take a break and then jump in when you're ready to join us again. Okay, it's always an option. Always kind of honoring what our body's telling us. Sometimes, some days it just happens, it's not going to work. So it's not a big deal. Let's go and do one more breath and we'll get started. And release. And let's go and start with our arms. So as we inhale in, we'll kind of sweep our arms up toward the ceiling. And to exhale, let the arms float back down. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. So again, always working at our own pace, at our own breath. Let's do this a couple more times. Really reaching up. If you want to hold this a little bit longer, you're more than welcome to. Reaching the arms back. And as we bring our arms back, you can always let them kind of circle back behind you. Get a little bit of a chest stretch in there too. So don't always think it has to be straight up and down. You can kind of circle the arms back to get the chest in. Let's do this one more time and we'll add on. And we'll add in our side to side reach. So our next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up toward the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring one arm down to the side and reach to our side. So our side to side stretch. I like to do this. We're going to inhale back up. I like to do this because we're always such a forward motion. So it's kind of nice to get the side to side movement as we inhale in. And exhale. Again, work at your own pace, at your own breath. If you want to hold this pose a little bit longer, you're more than welcome to. Okay, you can always go a little bit faster if you need to, but not too fast because we still want to, keep ourselves on pace with our breath. And we're still warming up the body. Let's just do a couple more times or even yourself up on both sides. And we'll meet back in our mountain pose whenever you're ready. Just taking your time as you get there. I'm even, so I'm going to relax myself, roll my shoulders back and down, shake up the body again in our mountain pose. Let's take another breath or two here and wait for everyone to join us. Again, slight bend in the knees as we inhale in. Exhale as we release. One more time as we inhale in. Good. And then let's go ahead and move on. So from here, we're going to inhale up, sweep the arms up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to swan dive down to our forward fold, bending the knees as much as we need to. Releasing into our forward fold here, keeping the knees bent, stretching ourselves down, using the floor for support. This should feel good, like a nice, easy stretch. Let's add in our monkey pose to this. So on our next inhale, we're going to inhale to monkey, bring the hands to shins, nice long spine. Then we exhale, release ourselves back into our forward fold. Maybe stretching a little bit more, maybe not. We'll do that a couple more times. We're going to inhale into our monkey. We exhale back into our forward fold. Feel that stretch the hamstrings in the back. Again, inhaling monkey. And then releasing down to our forward fold. Again, keeping the knees bent as much as you need to. Okay, to get yourself down there. So from here, when you're ready, let's go ahead and take one foot back into our lunge, nice easy lunge. And we'll take our other foot back into our downward dog. Pressing both feet back, keeping the upper body relaxed. Slight bend the knees. Making sure we're pressing out on the weight of our whole hand, not just on the heel of our hand. We'll move into our calf stretches. So we'll inhale up onto our toes. And we'll exhale, pressing one heel down toward the mat. Inhale, exhale, press another heel down. Nice, easy calf stretches. Again, you can stretch down as far as you feel comfortable. You can hold it a little bit longer if you need to. Our calves are a little bit tight. Just kind of take that into consideration. We don't want to force the heel down to the floor. So I'm going to do a couple more, and we'll meet back in our downward dog. Once you're in your downward dog, just kind of pressing both heels down toward the mat, making sure our hips are pushing up toward the ceiling, stretching through our upper back as well. And then from here, let's go and sink down to our hands and knees. We'll move into our cat and cow. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, bring our crown to the bone with the cow. And we exhale, we're rounding our mid backs in the cat. Again, inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Let's go do this a couple more times. It's always one of my favorite stretches. I like the cat stretch. Kind of gets the back a little more limber. Maybe one more here, and we'll come back into a neutral position. Once you find yourself back in your neutral position, just go ahead and sit back onto our heels into our child's pose. Stretching our arms in front of us, or we're going to stack our fists if that's more comfortable for us. We're going to do a couple breaths here in our child's pose. Just kind of have a relaxing pose. And remember, you always come back to our child's pose anytime that you feel the need to do so. Just take a break. Let's go and find our breath here. Might not be a very big breath because our stomach is on our knees. So as much as you feel comfortable with our breath. And let's go ahead and move on into our upper body warm-up. So if your hands are stacked, go ahead and bring them out along in front of us. We'll start with our modified half series. So from our child's pose, we're going to inhale into a nice, easy kneeling plank. Nice, strong core. Then we'll exhale into our crocodile, elbows in toward the ribs. Engaging that core, hovering just above the floor, releasing down. We're going to inhale into a gentle cobra. We're going to exhale, engage that core, and push ourselves back up into our child's pose. So you can go as fast or slow as you need to as we warm our upper body. We're going to do this a few more times. Then we're going to inhale plank, exhale crocodile, releasing down, inhaling gentle cobra. We're going to exhale, engage our core, and push ourselves back into our child's pose. And again, we're going to inhale plank, exhaling crocodile, inhaling gentle cobra, exhale, engage that core, push ourselves back. Let's do this one more time if you want to join me. Let's go ahead, inhale back into our kneeling plank, exhaling to our strong crocodile, releasing down, inhaling gentle cobra. We're going to exhale, push ourselves back up into our child's pose. And we'll kind of find our child's pose here. We'll do our side stretch, our child's pose side stretch. So once we're back in our child's pose, we're going to kind of take our arm and walk over one side. I like this stretch too. Again, I like the side to side stretches. They're so, I think, a forward, like always forward and back motions here for us. Then go to the other side, just nice easy walk. Again, you're walking over as far as you feel comfortable. We're going to do this one more time to each side. So maybe you can stretch a little bit farther, maybe not. It's up to you. Do that one more time, walking. Should feel nice side stretching here as far as you feel comfortable going. We'll do that one more time. I like this one too. Get that side stretched in, and we'll come back to our center. Back into our child's pose. Perfect. And then from here, let's go ahead and come up onto all fours. We're going to move into our kneeling lunge. So we're going to bring one foot up, bring this foot up into a nice easy kneeling lunge, okay? I'm kind of shifting my foot forward a little bit, just so I can get like a little bit of a angle in here. My hands are on the floor for support, but I'm going to move into my rocking lunge. So from here, I'm going to gently rock forward to stretch out the hip flexor, and then I'm going to gently rock back and stretch out the front hamstring. You can use the floor for support as you go forward and back, Okay, so again, this is at our own pace. All right, we don't want to rush this. We are kind of stretching out. We have tight hamstrings or tight hip flexors from sitting. This is always great to do. I feel like we are sitting a little bit more. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and do one more. Nice, easy rock. Back and forth, and we'll come back onto all fours. And we'll go and just switch legs. Come back onto all fours, and then bring the opposite leg up. And again, I'm going to gently rock forward. One side might be tighter than the other, so just be aware of that. I'm going to rock back. For me, this side is actually a little bit tighter, so I'm not getting the range of motion I was on the other side. That's okay, because it still feels good. Stretch it out. Good. This is a great thing to do, especially if you've been sitting a lot all day. Kind of gets the legs and hips kind of stretched out. Let's go and just do one more little rock. And then we'll meet back into our lunge. Good. From our lunge position, I have my hands on the floor. I'm going to curl the back toe under. I'm going to push that knee up off the ground and into a higher lunge. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to move into my rocking lunge on the higher side. Okay. So I'm going to stay on the same leg. And I'm going to gently rock forward and back in my high lunge. Okay. So you're kneeling. Now we're high. If you need to stay kneeling, that's not a problem. Okay. I'm still using the floor for support. And then we'll go ahead, find our lunge once again. And this time, I'm going to switch legs. This time, we're going to have our hands come to our center, and we're going to walk ourselves right into our straddle. Okay. So with our straddle pose, I'm using the floor for support, straight from the side. I have a slight bend in my knees. I'm kind of using the floor for support. I'm going to let myself sink down. Okay. So again, the straddle can be as wide as you like it. Okay. So it's up to you. But again, I'm finding a nice, easy straddle. Feel that stretch the back of the leg. And then from here, let's go ahead, press up so our arms are more straight. I'm going to do a rock side to side rocking lunge. So I'm going to rock to one side, okay, using the floor for support, and then the other side. We're getting all our legs stretched out today. Just nice and easy. I'm getting my hands on the floor for support. Now as we rock from side to side, I want to make sure our hips are still back. My knees are really not going past my toe here, okay? I'm keeping myself back. I'm not forward. I'm back. And we'll go and find our center once again. And once we find our center, we'll go ahead and continue walking our hands over to the opposite leg that we have not rocked on yet. So walk myself back this way. I've not rocked on this leg. So again, when you're ready, find your lunge. We're gonna rock forward and back, okay? Get nice and easy, using the floor for support if you need to. And the rock can be as big as you want to make it. It's up to you. As long as it's comfortable. Let's finish up with one more. And we'll come meet back into our lunge. And then from here, let's take this back leg. We're going to step up into our forward fold. From our forward fold here, take our hands up to our shin for our monkey pose. Let's hold here for a breath or two. Find that breath. Stretch out. In our monkey pose, you can always straighten up the legs a little bit more if you want more stretch in the hamstrings. That are a little more warmed up. More than welcome to do that. But let's go ahead and bend the knees a little bit more now. And we're reverse swan dive up as we inhale. Exhaling into our mountain pose. Roll our shoulders back and down. Okay. So with that being worked out, we're going to move through our sun salutations today. And I'll go through the modified sun salutations first, and then we'll do the full version, version of sun salutations. So you always have the option to go back to modified if you don't want to do the full plank, full crocodile series, okay? So it's up to you. And we are going to add on a couple little movements in our sun salutation, okay? So I'm going to go slow through the first few of them, and then you can always speed up your own sun salutation once you get the flow. It's up to you. So with our sun salutation, let's start in mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back and down, slight bend the knees. Let's go ahead and find one breath here as we inhale in. Exhale, release. One more breath. and release. Let's go ahead and begin. So from here, we're gonna inhale up, scoop the arms up toward the ceiling. Let's go and exhale, swan dive down to our forward fold. Inhale into our monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Take one foot back into our lunge. The other foot back to meet into our downward dog. So for our modified version, we'll sink down to our knees and we'll move right into our kneeling plank. And then we exhale into our crocodile. Release, inhaling cobra. Then we exhale, push ourselves back to our knees and right back into our downward dog. Let's go and pick up our right foot first into a hip opener. We're adding on here. From our hip opener, I'm going to sweep that right leg through into a lunge. Twisting lunge, left hand down by the right instep. I'm going to twist toward the right knee. Nice, easy twisting lunge. Twisting back down. Back foot steps up into our forward fold. Then we reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhaling mountain. So we're going to do that again. Modified version, and then with the left foot up. So we're going to inhale up. Exhale, swan diving, forward fold. Inhaling monkey. Exhaling, forward fold. Step back into our lunge. Downward dog. Pressing back and then onto our knees, we're moving into our modified series. So we're going to move into our plank. And we exhale to our crocodile. Release all the way down. Inhaling, jump to cobra. Engage that core, push ourselves back up, curl our toes under. Back into our downward dog. Now we do our left foot, open up to our hip opener. Good. The knee is bent, heels going to our glute. Then we're going to take that left foot, sweep it through into our lunge. Right hand down by the left instep. Then we're going to sweep that left hand up, reaching, twisting toward the knee that's in front. Twisting back down. Back foot steps up into our forward fold. Reverse swan dive up. Exhaling chair. So that's our flow. Now we're going to do the full version with our full plank. So let's go ahead and inhale up. Exhaling, swan diving, forward fold. Inhaling monkey. Exhaling, forward fold. Step back into our lunge. Downward dog. Full version now. So from here, we're going to inhale into our full plank. Exhaling into our full crocodile. Inhaling into our upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot up into our hip opener. Open ourselves up. Sweep that right leg through into our lunge. Left hand down by the right instep and then reaching the right hand up, twisting lunge. Perfect. Release down. Back foot up into our forward fold. Reverse swan dive up. Exhaling chair. We're going to do this a few more times, guys. This is our sun salutation. Inhaling. Exhaling, swan diving, forward fold. Inhaling, monkey. Exhaling, forward fold. Step back into our lunge. Downward dog again, full version or on your knees. We're going to inhale, full plank. Exhaling, crocodile. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Hip opener, left foot now. Open up. Good. Let's swing that left leg through into our lunge. Twisting lunge, right hand down by the left instep. Twisting the left hand up, twisting toward the knee that's in front. Releasing down, back foot up into our forward fold. Reverse swan dive up. Exhaling chair. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, swan diving, forward fold. Good. Step back. I'm sorry. Inhaling to our monkey pose. Almost forgot. Exhaling, forward fold. Stepping back into our lunge. Downward dog. Full version or modified. We're going to inhale, plank. Exhaling, crocodile. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot, hip opener. Maybe open up a little bit more, maybe not. Sweep that right leg through into our lunge. Left hand down by the instep. Reaching that right hand up, twisting toward that right knee. Good, gently twisting back down. Back foot up into our forward fold. Reverse swan dive up as we inhale up. Exhaling chair. We'll do that 1 more time, then move on. Inhaling. Exhaling, swan dive and forward fold. Inhaling monkey. Exhaling, forward fold. Stepping back into our lunge. Downward dog, last series here. Again, inhaling plank. Exhaling, crocodile. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Moving into our left foot hip opener. Opening up. Sweep that left leg through into our lunge. Twisting lunge, right hand down by the left instep. Twisting the left hand up. Good, gently twisting back down. Up into our forward fold. Bring that foot up. And let's go ahead and reverse swan dive up. Exhaling, chair. Let's do one more inhale, up, and release into our mountain pose. That was a little work portion today with our sun salutations. So let's kind of just find our breath here. Roll our shoulders back and down. Find that breath, because that can be a little kind of our work portion. Bring the breathing up. So in order to find our breath, let's find a deep breath as we inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. Perfect. Let's do one more breath. Perfect. From here, let's go and move into a little chest expansion. So we'll kind of get the arms a little more stretched out. So with our chest expansion, we have a few different ways. So our palms can face each other, okay? Reaching toward each other, okay? You can clasp the hands together, okay? So the shoulders are back, kind of, my hands are my back. You can bring them off your back, okay? That's the next option. Fourth option is to hip hinge forward and bring the arms up as if you're kind of in a halfway down. So whichever chest expansion you want to do, if you can't quite reach your arms, you can always hold on to a towel, okay? So let's just hold there for maybe a breath or two, however long you want, okay? Find whatever chest expansion you want. We're just kind of opening up the chest. And then once you're done, if you're hip hinge forward, bring yourself up. Your arms are clasped behind you. Just go ahead and relax. Nice, easy chest expansion. I like that one. And we'll go ahead and do the opposite way. So clasp our hands, bring the palms out. We're going to straighten out our arms. So our arms are out. I'm going to actually have my head look down. So I'm kind of getting a little neck stretch in too. So reaching, looking down. And then we'll go ahead and bring the arms up toward the ceiling. You can keep them together. That's great. So I feel a little stretch in the shoulders. And then once you're ready, we'll release. We'll kind of circle the arms back, and down, and around, and release the shoulders. If you want, you can kind of relax or shake out the shoulders a little bit. Good. So let's go ahead and find our breath. Back to our mountain pose. We'll go ahead and move into some balancing poses today. So start with our tree pose. So let's go and shift our weight to one side. Okay. I'm going to take my other foot. I'm going to point it out. I'm going to slide that into either to my ankle, my calf, or you can help it up to your thigh. I'm not doing that today. But we want to make sure we are above or below our knee joint, and then the leg that we're bouncing on, it has a slight bend to it. We're not locking out our joints. So once you find whatever position with your tree, we can go ahead and inhale up. Ooh, have a little breeze in here. We exhale, release your shoulders away from the ears. So we're just kind of holding our tree here. This knee should be kind of out toward the side, not toward the front, out toward the side to open up that hip as much as you can. Okay? And we're going to hold this here for another couple breaths. Nice, easy tree. And then we'll go ahead and add in another pose here. So let's go and bring our hands to heart center. So this knee that we have out, we're going to bring this knee up toward the front. Okay? I'm going to show you this from the side. So my knee's up. I'm going to take my opposite hand. I'm going to grab my knee and the leg, my arm with the same leg up is going to go behind me. Okay? So either you can continue looking straight ahead, or if you want more of a balance challenge, you can look off, you can look to the side, or you can look right behind you. Okay? Because sometimes that engages our balance a little bit more. We want to make sure our core is engaged. We're breathing through this. Don't hold your breath. Nice and easy. Good. And if you're looking behind you, go ahead and bring yourself looking toward the front. Turn ourselves back to the front and then release that leg down. Okay? Good. Now we'll do the other side. So start with our tree pose. Shift your weight to one side. And if you want to be by a wall, you're more than welcome to, or have a chair. So again, I'm going to slide my foot into my ankle. I'm going to do my calf or my thigh. Again, above or below our knee joint. No direct pressure upon our knee, and slight bend the knee that we're balancing on. You're going to find one side has more balance than the other. When you're ready to grow your tree, let's go ahead, inhale up. And then exhale, releasing the shoulders away from the ears. So find our nice, easy balancing tree. Again, this knee should be out toward the side. Opening up this hip. Let's do another couple breaths here. Good. And let's go ahead, add into our balancing pose, bring our hands down to heart center. This knee, we're going to kind of take it off our foot and bring it up toward the front. I'll show you for the side. So it's up. My opposite hand is grabbing that knee, and the hand that the leg is on is reaching backward, okay? So my core is engaged, I'm breathing. I can continue my gaze forward to the side or back behind me. That's just more challenging. Woo! One side might have more balance than the other. So balance accordingly, whatever you need to. Again, make sure our core is engaged, continue breathing. Oops, I lost it on this side. So let's go ahead, when you're ready, take our gaze back toward the front. We'll twist ourselves back to the front and then release that leg down. Again, we'll kind of shake it out a bit. So from here, let's go ahead. Find our mountain pose. One breath here as we inhale in. And release. Let's go ahead and add in our arms. So we'll go ahead, inhale up. As we exhale, we'll swan dive down to our forward fold. Releasing ourselves into our forward fold. If you want to straighten out your legs a little more to kind of find that hamstring stretch, that warm her up. Or more warmed up you can. I still have a slight bend in my knees. I'm not completely locking out my joints, but I am getting my hamstring stretched here. Keeping my fingertips on the ground, or they can always be up higher like our monkey pose. It's up to you. If you want to release those knees, bend them a little bit more. We do one more stretch there. We kind of reach, as you reach toward the floor, our hips are kind of reaching up, stretching out the hamstring. And release bending those knees once again. So from here, let's go ahead. Take one foot back into our lunge. The other foot back to meet into our downward dog. Stretching back into our downward dog once again. And then when you're ready, we'll sink down to our hands and knees. We're moving to our cat and cow once again. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. From here, we're going to inhale, bring our crowns, tailbone up in the cow. So we're exhale, round our mid back to the cat. We'll probably have more range of motion now that we're more warmed up. So go ahead and work through that. Let's go and do one more cat and cow. And we'll come back to neutral spine when you're ready. And then from here, we'll have our hips take down to one side. We're swing our legs around. So we're moving to our seated staff. Our seated staff, my feet are just kind of out in front of me, nice long spine. And then from here, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to walk our arms down toward our feet as far down as we feel comfortable going. And then release. And we'll do it one more time. So we'll inhale in once again. We exhale. Maybe go a little bit farther, maybe not. Okay, it's clearly up to you or how your body's feeling. So don't overdo it. And then gently release. Good. From here, let's go ahead. We're going to bend one knee. Doesn't matter which knee. From here, we're going to hold on to this knee as we slowly lower ourselves down onto our back. Bringing both knees into our chest and gently releasing ourselves into the back. Rocking from side to side. Kind of give our back a little massage here. And we'll go ahead and come back to our center. Let's release the feet down to the mat. We're going to move into our bridge pose. So my knees and feet are about hip width apart. My heels are, I walk my heels closer to my glutes. Arms are down to the side. So I'm going to slowly peel my back up off the ground, bringing my hips up toward the ceiling, squeezing my glutes, keeping everything in line. We're going to hold ourselves up here in our bridge pose. So if you like to, you can take your hands, you can clasp them underneath you and walk your shoulders a little bit underneath you. Kind of gives a little bit of a shoulder stretch, and you can engage your bridge a little bit more. One more breath. And if your hands are clasped underneath you, go ahead and release your hands. And slowly release our bridge down one vertebrae at a time. And once you're all the way down, you can bring your knees back into your chest. Gripping behind our knee joints and gently again rocking from side to side. Release our back into the mat. Good. And then we'll go ahead and come back to our center. Let's go ahead and move into our happy baby pose. So my soles of our feet are going to be up toward the ceiling. My ankles are going to be stacked over my knees. I'm going to take my 2 fingers. I'm going to slide in between my big toe, my pointer toe, and then kind of pull down a little bit, okay? So what I'm doing is, again, soles of my feet up toward the ceiling, ankles stacked over knees. I'm kind of doing a hip opener. If it's uncomfortable to reach your toes, you can also hold on to your shins here, to your calves, even your thighs, okay? Which is just a nice, easy hip opener. So that's kind of what we're doing. Let's hold it for another breath. Then let's go ahead and gently release. Let's bring the knees back into the chest one more time. Again, we can rock from side to side, releasing our back into the mat. And then we'll go ahead and come back to our center. Let's go ahead and move into our spinal twist. So release our feet down to the mat. So I'm going to keep one knee bent, one leg straight. Actually, we'll do the same thing. So left leg is out straight, right knee is bent. I'm going to hook my right toes underneath my left leg and gently turn myself to the left side. Okay, so my knees aren't really touching the floor because that's as far as I can go. So I'm keeping my shoulders grounded against the mat. I'm going to look toward the opposite way. Okay, so again, keep your shoulders grounded, and that's going to dictate how far you can bring this knee over. Okay, nice, easy spinal twist. Now let's go ahead and gently release, bring those legs back in. Let's go and switch legs. So I'm going to straighten out my right leg, bend my left leg. I'm going to hook my left toes underneath that right leg. I'm going to gently turn my side to the right side. Again, my shoulders are grounded. I'm looking toward the opposite side. And we don't force the spinal twist, kind of letting the body relax into it. Should feel a nice, easy twist. And we'll go and gently come back to our center. And release. Let's go and bring our knees into our chest. One more time here. Kind of rocking from side to side. And actually what we'll start doing is rocking forward and back, because we're moving to our rolling like a ball. I know it's more of a Pilates move. This is fun. So I'm going to start rolling like a ball if you can. I'm going to kind of bring myself up just because it's fun, okay, into rolling like a ball. We'll move into our easy seated position once you're there. So once we kind of find our easy seated position, we'll do a nice easy neck stretch. So I'm going to bring my ear to my shoulder, doesn't matter which side. And I'm going to feel that stretch on the opposite side. And I'm going to let my chin come down to my chest, nice and easy. And then bring my ear to the other side. Let my chin drop down to my chest. Back to my first side. We'll do that one more time. Chin down the chest. And finish up on the other side, nice and easy. And relax. Good. So let's go and find our breath once again here as we inhale in. Exhale. Go ahead, inhale once again. One more time. And relax. So thank you for joining me today. Namaste.